Hey, what's up, YouTube? We were watching the presidential what would you call it? Proof that he's
Mumbling.
alive. Proof the
Yeah.
proof of life from the president.
Proof of life
It was
speech.
basically what it was, just proof of life. He's still alive. He's still alive. Maybe I'll talk about the rabbit hole I went down the other night, thinking that he might not be alive. That was quite quite the rabbit hole.
You know who's still alive, kicking? Who could be?
Jimmy Carter.
Did
Yeah,
you see
he
someone
is.
faked his death the other day?
What?
Yeah, there was a there. He was all it was all on X and all on social media. They faked his death. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, hello everybody, and how are you? I'm just sharing out the live.
Tap that screen.
Oh, give us a
Make
like.
sure you
guys.
like,
Give
hit
us
the
a like.
thumbs up.
As long as you like us. If you don't like us, then tell us. Leave us a 1-star review.
Oh my god.
Hey, if you don't like us, just
Stop.
Keep it to yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. Darren got a tongue lashing about this whole 1-star dislike thing. Like that was 4 hours of the 5-hour flight. Was you guys got to cut that shit out?
Are you allowed to do that on the plane? Tongue lashings?
No, it was a quiet flight.
I just realized that Darren's here and it's not Nick.
Yeah, Nick's
Yeah.
in like Indonesia. Or
I literally
something.
just realized that.
Yeah.
The alcohol.
That's why we can talk politics this week. Do you guys have anything? I put it out there. I don't
No, I didn't say anything because I didn't.
like honestly. I have fillers this week, so we'll just kind of see where everything goes. Sarah, welcome back. You have your trip to talk about.
Oh, I forgot about
sure.
that.
Yeah, and thank you for
trip.
making it back so on time for the episode. That means a lot.
There was a lot of rushing around and we hit traffic, so but that's
You-
okay.
No, you made it. I'm happy. That wasn't
We made
wasn't
it.
sarcasm. You're here. You know what's funny is when Abby and I went to Animal Kingdom today, and I was like, crap. I forgot that you guys were out of town. I felt bad that I didn't text you, but like I didn't want you to feel pressure. Like, so I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to text them this week. And then
No, but I did want to ask you really quick. Are you bringing Abby next week?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's the last week I think that she can go. Well, no, maybe the 7th she can go. And then I gotta take some time off. It's like I can still go to the park maybe,
Darren,
but
see this?
it's so fucking hot.
Hell yeah. That's a
Oh,
good go.
absolutely. But
It was
we were sitting at breakfast this morning. We were actually talking about it because I saw your text come through that you were live, and I was talking about because the girls have 2 more weeks before school, and the
Right.
last week they're going to be at the parks but with their mom.
Okay.
And so I had said, well, let me ask Scott if Abby's going to be there. And I
Yeah,
said to
she'll be
Sophia,
there.
when's the last time you talked to Abby? And she's like, I don't know, yesterday, I think. They talk all the time.
oh, that's sweet.
Aw.
They do. They
that's
talk
cool.
all the time, I guess, because it's funny. I see them interact on TikTok and stuff. So
Yeah.
they got close. I said, I'll ask Scott if she's going to be there so we can take a
Sacred
trip.
cause of this
Yeah,
country
we-
is
we-
larger
we'll
than
go
any
next
one
week.
of
But
us.
I'll need to. Well,
Those of us who
okay.
cherish
So
that
today
cause.
was day one of the new, like RIP Genie Plus, and now it's the multi-pass lightning lane thing.
Can you try to explain that to me? Because I didn't really understand it. I didn't understand it. I was talking about it this morning.
Yeah. So
I've never heard of it.
So it's Genie Plus is gone, and now it's this multi-use lightning lane or single-use lightning lane.
So it is like universal single use express, or it's not
nothing
like
that. It's nothing like that.
Oh.
It's like Fast Pass Plus that you're paying for.
oh, so it was just a name change.
Exactly. That's what it was.
Okay.
So today was a little bit different because today was the very first day of it. So under normal circumstances, because today is now gone, we can book our lightning lanes Sunday for next Wednesday. Okay.
Oh.
And before I pay for it, I can see what time slots for what rides are available.
Oh.
So like
Nice.
today when I went on at 7 o'clock, it said pick 3 from this category. Now, most parks have 2 different categories. Like Hollywood Studios would be Slinky Dog, Mickey and Minnie, Rock and Roller Coaster are all on tier 1. You can only pick one of those tier 1s. And then you pick 2 on tier 2 in like Tower, Star Tours.
So it is fast pass. It is just fast pass.
It's Fast Pass Plus, yeah. But what was cool about it today, so we went to Animal Kingdom. There's no 2 tiers, there's only 1 tier. And I was able to pick the 3 that I wanted with the time slots that I wanted. So I stacked them. I did Kilimanjaro, Everest, Navi River. And then as soon as we swiped into Kilimanjaro, then I was able to add Dinosaur.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
What was cool for me in my time slot is I was able to get 3 things in that 9 to 11 o'clock hours, and you can overlap them.
Oh.
Now, they have the single use, which is the separate price for Flight of Passage. Now, the only problem is the only thing that was available for me is 8:45, which I already had Kilimanjaro, or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So
Not
there's
gonna
some
make it all
drop-offs.
day.
No, fuck that. So, no, we're not recording it, Jaws. No, Remy, you can't explain it in simple terms. This is simple terms. So today is different than every other day because now people who have resort passes can book up to 7 days in advance. So people today are already booking for next Wednesday. The earliest that we can
Gotcha.
do as annual pass holders is 3 days out. So there's already been 4 days of people making reservations for the day that we're going to go. So we're going to be left with Olaf meet and greet, the Tilt-A-Whirl, it's
So like fast pass plus, perfect.
exactly. And so they took Genie Plus, which a lot of people hated. I loved it. And they took the 1% of people that love it and they made it worse. And they made it so that now we hate it. So it worked great today because I could modify. Yeah, I could modify. Sydney, explain your question. I was able to modify my times. Remy, I couldn't have explained it better myself. Great job. There's so much more than that. Let me know when you actually have done it and used it, and then you can explain it intelligently. Until then,
bring 'em on.
let the grown-ups talk.
Yeah, I'll send them the link.
So it was great today because today was day 1. We were all on an even playing field, and like nothing but positive comments from me today, except for like everything was a little bit too early. But where I think it's going to hurt us in what we do, where we're only there from like 9 to 12, 9 to 1, because I think with booking it later, as opposed to the resort guest, we're going to get later time slots, and it's not going to be worth it for us.
Yeah. And people drop off too, I'm sure. Like you
I'm
can check
sure.
back and see.
Yeah, I'm sure. So like, next week will be the true test to how good or bad it is. I liked it today. It worked today for what we were doing. And again, today's day 1 of it. So even playing field.
Hey,
Hannah,
Chris,
how
can
are you?
Chris, can you mute us real quick?
Yep.
So good.
Yeah, no, I was just looking for some content.
Damn.
I have to look up something before we start. How is everybody, by the way? We didn't really get to do the... So, peeling back behind the curtain on YouTube, when everybody came into the studio, I was watching Biden's speech, so we really had no, like, hey, how's everything going?
Yeah, we watched Biden's speech, which was, if you missed it, it was just, it was,
Something.
yeah, it was nothing really. It was very disappointing,
Yeah,
very anticlimactic.
very anticlimactic.
I thought he was gonna like reveal like aliens were real or something, and it was just a bunch of political mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
But I thought it was gonna be like this. I thought it was gonna be like Tony Stark at the end of Endgame when it's his hologram talking to his daughter. Like I thought it was gonna be him as a hologram. saying,
was. He was. He spoke
telling
very
us,
well.
yeah, telling us that he's in a better place now. And
Sydney, no need to apologize. I also have a love-hate relationship with TikTok right now. I wasn't on very long. We got there, we went live, we went on Kilimanjaro Safari. I stayed
42
live.
minutes.
What?
42 minutes.
42 minutes, yeah. I stayed live until I got to Everest, and then I turned it off and just enjoyed the day with Abby. And it's too effing hot right now to be holding that gimbal, talking as much as I do. It's just summer is tough, and I'm gonna have to figure something out next. Well, TikTok's gonna be gone by next summer.
No,
but-
Trump's gonna keep it. He said.
well, then mark me down for a Trump.
Politics. Politicians are getting desperate, and they're like, "I will save TikTok."
Well, that's the only thing that would help Trump with the younger crowd.
Well, yeah,
He's
no,
the
like the
younger crowd.
big political issues right now are abortion, the border, and TikTok.
Yeah. But we're gonna go to the parks next week. I don't know. I've been streaming less and less without Lewis and Sarah there and Darren. It's just I'm pretty much just a regular boring
White man.
TikTok
Yeah.
Disney TikTok streamer.
Is Abby
I don't-
disappointed that you don't stream more? Because I feel like she probably likes like the.
She likes when I do it, but also like, she's missed on all of these park days, and she was just really excited to do the park. And Animal Kingdom, that was her first park ever, 2 years ago. So like
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom is like kind of our park. It's kind of our special day, and it was also like the day before school started last year. That's where we went. And I bought her all this crap. So like we love like that's like our special place. So I wanted to give her that time, but we were out of Animal Kingdom by 11 o'clock.
I'm
Oh,
so
wow.
glad you have
Wow.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad you have a special place with Abby. That's so nice.
Yours is California, you dumbass. So then
yeah,
went
but we
to
can just go to California whenever we want.
It's true.
So then we went to Hollywood Studios and went and found the Tower of Terror Spirit jerseys, which I did not purchase, but they've got some really cool new lines out.
Cocaine lines.
Tower of Terror,
Oh,
Haunted Mansion. What's that?
Nothing.
Their Star Tours line is also really cool right now too.
Yeah, the Star Tours line is really cool. So we went to Hollywood Studios. We rode Star Tours, got some Ronto wraps, and then went to see the 115 Indiana Jones stunt show. But Justin was not Indy. He was the off-duty Indy.
He was what?
Oh,
He was the off-duty Indy. So if you
he was off making a duty.
no, so the guy who's in charge of pyro. Then there's a guy in a red shirt, and then the clacker lady that does the take two,
yeah.
Mark, clack.
Right.
They're all the off-duty mechanic, Marion and Indies. They check all of their stunts before they're performed.
Gotcha.
But anyway, it was a good cast. Kevin, who was the original Indy, he was the director.
Is that true?
Yeah,
So he was in
it's
the
100%
movie.
true. No,
No.
in the stunt show.
Oh,
In
that's
the stunt
stupid.
show.
That's not cool. When they said like original, I thought it meant like Harrison
He's the
Ford stunt
original
double.
stunt. The
Oh,
original Indy stunt
okay.
man at
That's like saying like, oh, that's the guy that was in the Mickey Mouse costume when the park opened.
Well, that would be pretty cool.
He was at UCF.
I wish I would have known this. He did the show for the 30th anniversary.
Oh, he did do the show
wow,
for the 30th
that's cool.
anniversary.
That must
The
have been a
30th.
horrible show.
Oh, the 30th, not the 35th. Yeah.
That I can't talk. That Joe Biden speech we just watched, that would have been like the 30th anniversary with that old guy running away from the boulder.
3.
Wait,
2.
real quick.
Yeah.
So I've been playing a lot of NCAA 25, the new college football game that came out.
Did you see the message that I sent you?
I watched the SNL one.
You gotta
There's
check
more?
your. You watched it? Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
guy who just bought NCAA 25, and
No, I didn't see
and
that
his-
one. I was
His
watching
wife
the-
is like, "Don't let it consume you," and he goes, "Oh, no, I won't." And so she goes in, and he's got this book open, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm a rookie. I gotta pay my dues. I'm studying the playbook. Coach said I gotta study the playbook." And she's like, "You're what?" And he goes, "I'm playing the game. I gotta study the." So then it's like 1 week later, she goes in, and he's at his desk, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm playing the game." And she's like, you have a book in front of you. He's like, yeah, I got to get a B in economics. So I'm studying right now. Like coach said, I got to get a B. She's like, you're not in college. You're 40 and have a family. He's like, I'm glad you brought that up. Coach said I need to be fully focused on football. So we're going to need to get a divorce.
Dude, there's a so like when in the mode where you play as a college student as a freshman, you have to like literally there's like certain amount of points that you use to practice, to train, and then to study. Like so I was at Northwestern, I had to maintain above a 3.2 GPA so that I could play. So like I had to dedicate time to study in the game. So like I'm like pressing the study button in the game and using up points. It's very serious. But anyway, so what I was getting at was they just came out with this team builder thing where you can make custom teams. What I want to do when the website works is I want to make an NNF team. And you can make jerseys and a stadium so I can have our logo on the side. And so I'm going to do that. But anyway, this website's horrible. So I haven't been able to do it yet. But I downloaded my my college, which is Rowan University. And Emily reminded me that the stadium that Rowan plays at is called Richard Wacker Stadium.
Dick Whacker.
Dick Wacker Stadium.
I love that. I love that.
Like legit, that was the first head coach or whatever of Rowan. It was Richard Wacker.
That's amazing. I love that.
Yeah. Not
All right,
even a
you guys
nickname,
ready?
the official name of the stadium.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Like the guys said, we are the No New Friends podcast. You can connect with us all of our social. Wow. You can connect with us. All of our social media links are on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. We are recording live right now for the YouTube. You can watch us live on YouTube, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single Wednesday. And then on most Wednesdays, some Wednesdays, occasionally, Sarah, Lewis, Darren, and I go live on the TikTok from the Disney Universal Studios theme park, so follow us there. My name is Scott. I'm the host. With me, as always, my incredible cast of characters, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Indubitably.
The Jewish American princess, Sarah.
Hello.
Sitting in for our emotional support gay Nick is the wise man, Darren.com.
I'm not back.
And our producer, Alex. So that's Darren and I, a separate occasion, saw Twisters this week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. I can't wait to be able to go back to the movies in a couple years.
So, I love the movie Twister so much. It's so bad. It's so cheesy. And it's exactly what this movie was. There was
good
zero
reviews.
It's
very
getting great
good.
reviews.
Yeah.
It's the #1 disaster movie on an opening weekend ever.
Yeah, it's because Glenn Powell.
Is that why?
Yeah, he's hot, so they're just all flocking to him.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I guess. But there's no cameos. There's no like real fan service to the original, except for they make these subtle nods, where it's like if you're a true fan of the original, you pick up on it.
Did they have a
Like,
cow?
Yeah, they're not subtle.
Well, some of them are in
use-
your face.
Chris, there's no cow.
Sarah, oh,
Oh, Sarah's really upset that there was
You're
no
back.
cow.
Oh, wait. Actually,
You're-
you're talking
through
to
your computer audio.
Yeah, your computer.
What happened?
we don't know.
It sounds like you're
I
on
didn't touch
Southwest right now.
anything. I have my IT guy right here.
Yeah, great.
Please fasten your seatbelts. We are experiencing turbulence.
It says it's going through my computer.
Oh, there he is.
Gracias, Juan. You just hit the button and you refresh the page.
You need to do that voice more. What's really funny, real quick, so one of the most offensive things that was ever said on this show
Yeah.
was the whole gray sweatpants thing.
Yes.
And it's the most joked about thing now. Like, oh, there's Lewis in his gray sweatpants.
Yeah. It's funny what you can say when you respect each other
Right, that's true.
and aren't actually being outwardly sexual towards a spouse of one of the
Right.
hosts. But anyway, I
Is it still
digress.
coming through the computer?
It's coming through the computer like
Okay,
harder
so
than I've
I
ever
can't
seen it
switch
come through the computer.
until-
And also your audio is...
because it's recording.
It says he says it says can't switch it because it's recording.
Okay, hold on, Alex. We're going to another track. Sorry.
I think he'll know that you're going to
Yeah,
another track
like-
when you send him more than one track.
Better?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. Thank you.
Gracias, señor. Oh, it says you're recording. You have to hit the refresh.
I'm gonna set that up later. I've got to set that up. That's too good. All right, Sarah.
We were really hitting a nerve there with Twisters too.
Okay, so let me try this. There were not a lot of fan service, but there were some, like subtle nods if you were a fan of the first one.
Like
Not
what?
subtle.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Nope.
Sarah, you saw it?
No, but I saw the trailer. That's all I need to know. I am a huge fan of this movie. All right. It is always on. And first of all, Bill Paxton is dead, guys. We don't make another Twister when Bill Paxton is dead.
Well, his son was in it.
I don't care.
Okay.
I didn't know that, but I still don't care because I feel like from watching the trailer, a lot of the lines that they used were from the first movie or the original.
Not really.
No.
There's a couple. And that's what I said. Like, there's a couple of subtle nods.
Oh,
But-
holy shit. He's dead?
Bill
You didn't know
Paxton?
that?
I didn't even know who he was until,
Yeah,
but I know
he
his face. He's got that face.
He died in like 2017.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right on the dot, too.
My top 3 favorite movies are Bill Paxton affiliated.
And he's one of the worst actors ever.
I
Rest in
just
peace.
I just don't feel that way.
Nightcrawler?
Terminator.
No,
Twister?
Titanic,
He's in
Okay.
Titanic?
Twister.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's literally okay. Never
The
mind.
guy that hits the iceberg?
Don't get me started on
No,
that.
He's the guy who is searching for the jewel of the sea.
I've never seen Titanic.
You've what?
You've never
I've
seen
read a book about it.
Titanic?
I've read a book about it.
Sarah just
I know why would I need to watch a movie that I know already what happens?
because there's a whole love
God.
story. What is wrong?
Why would
with
you insert
The
fake
love,
stuff
the love
into history?
story doesn't even matter, Chris. It's the sheer fact that it is the most historically accurate.
I thought it was a fictional
Actually-
movie.
I hate you.
Well, it is
How is that historically accurate?
the Titanic hit an iceberg and it sank. Historically accurate.
Everything is historically accurate about that movie except for the love story.
Okay, so I watched Jurassic Park. They fly to the island in helicopters. That's historically accurate. People fly in helicopters every day. Dinosaurs were not brought back to life.
No. They don't fly to a make-believe island.
That's not a make-believe island.
Isla Nublar does not exist.
No, I mean, that's here nor there. That's listen. It's
It's
like based on true events.
Kind of like Trump's candidacy. Okay, so Sarah, what's your third favorite? Let me guess. True Lies,
No, you're never gonna guess this.
Terminator.
It's I do love Terminator.
Boxing
but no,
Helena.
it is directed by Bill Paxton,
Oh,
and it
wow.
is the greatest
It's a
game
sex
ever
tape?
played.
Oh,
Oh,
It is a
Is that the
movie
name of the
about
movie?
golf.
a movie about golf.
Yep. It's very good and it's very well made. It's actually a Disney movie. It's a Shia LaBeouf movie.
oh, the
However,
greatest game ever played. I thought you said greatest scam
Yes.
ever played. Did anybody else hear scam?
No.
No, I thought Great is
No.
Gay, and I was like, well, that's Nick.
Nobody
Anyway.
plays Nick.
You know, Sarah, I forgot that you play golf. We've talked about this, and
Yep.
you and I need to hit the links. We'll have Lewis carry the clubs. It'll be a fun day. We'll do that one day instead of the parks. Live stream
I
that,
would
why not?
I would actually love to. I don't have anybody to go golfing with.
I will. Sarah's so careful with what she says. She's so careful because she was about to say, "I have
Play
no one to
with.
play with,"
Yeah.
and she's the smart one of
I
us.
was
She's the smart one. So, Chris put out this. Sorry, we're jumping around, but like a lot has happened that I forgot to tell because Chris, nobody answers me anymore. Like I'm
No.
pretty much dead to all of you.
I thought you were dead.
Correct.
Yeah, like
It's like Joe Biden.
I was very happy to see you tonight.
like Darren doesn't acknowledge my presence. So now I know what he's felt like for 22 years. So Chris, you put out that brilliant Instagram reel with Joe Biden walking into Taco Bell and dropping a fart, right?
Waffle House, but
And,
yes.
and then he released it.
Right. So someone commented this week, and I don't know if anybody saw this, but they're like, I bet the three of you just beat off to Sarah, and all of your beards don't hide your fat mugs.
Wait,
And I'm
what?
like, wow. And I was like, I don't think all three of us do. One of us is gay. But thank you for the assumption.
Somebody said that?
Yes.
I don't see any of this stuff, which is funny because that must mean that they went to the profile and watched. I mean, they did what was
Other
intended.
clips. Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you
the
for your
first
service.
time.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Wow.
So,
That's
Sarah,
pretty
you
graphic.
right? I know. I
They
was.
knew my name.
Mm-hmm.
They see now that's weird.
They spent
Yeah.
a lot of time on our thing because I have
Yeah,
like
the-
45 clips that have nothing to do with our podcast buried on top of like clips of us, right?
That's what I'm saying. You kind of have to dig to find clips of us.
Also, Sarah, you have to zoom in to see the names. Like we don't
That's
call each
true.
other. Like, we don't directly like Sarah. Guess what I did today? Scott.
Unless
guess
they
what I
looked
did
on the
today?
profile and it says join Scott, Chris, Nick, and Sarah.
Well, how do
And-
they know?
or-
Are they assuming our genders?
Maybe. You're right. You're right.
Chris could be a girl's name.
I could be Sarah.
Could be.
That's
Could be.
true. I could be
be.
Sarah.
It was posted by Ryan _ the Disney nerd. So, Sarah, are you going to go see Twisters? I would see it.
No.
You're gonna like it. I think you're gonna like it.
I'm not okay. Okay. I've sworn it off, to be honest. As soon as I saw the first trailer, I swore it off. I will not pay to see this movie. I'll wait until it's on streaming, which
but
I'd
it's-
still pay for, but
But Sarah, it is so good in the theaters. I really, really liked it, and I love the movie Twister. I worked at Twister at Universal. So did Remy because Remy's worked everywhere. But I love the movie Twister. I can quote it. I put Twister quotes in my everyday conversations. This was a really good movie. Not as quotable, not as classic, but really good.
And if you see it in 40x, they'll actually hit you with debris.
Debris.
I saw those videos. They're like before seeing Twister and 40X, and then after they're like disheveled, like their clothes are all ripped up and stuff.
Now, I am doing something tomorrow that I have never done in my entire life.
Have sex with your wife.
Hopefully,
Got him.
We'll see. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And see, that holds up because we don't have any kids together.
I
So,
know.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. it holds
Wait a
up.
minute.
The joke holds
Carry
up.
the two.
Any other guesses? I'm doing something. Darren, you can't guess because you know.
Got a haircut. Lost weight. Got a good
He's
report
going to
from the
the gym.
doctor.
Okay, this game is dumb. I am going to see a movie by myself tomorrow. Yeah.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 3.
3.
Yeah.
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 So you
it's-
don't listen to the Nerd Archive podcast?
We'll be there. There's going to be
You're gonna
5
be-
of us there.
Well,
Oh,
not
yeah.
with
We're.
me. Which showing are you
Well,
going to?
are you
tomorrow?
driving to Daytona?
Hell no. Hell no.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which showing are you going to?
7 o'clock.
3:15 in 3D, motherfuckers.
Oh, well, we don't do 3D.
Yeah. it's-
We-
no
we don't
one
do the-
does 3D.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
doing 3D.
We
Yeah.
get like the Dolby Atmos, whatever that is,
Yeah.
and the reclining seats, and I bring a blanket, and
Yeah.
Give
Uh-huh.
Rose a hand
Yeah.
job.
Whoa. Going to see
What?
it. They're going with their kids, dude.
In
No,
a
we're
public
not.
place.
Oh.
Oh.
we're going with Lola, Justin, and Lola's boyfriend. So 3/4 of the
allowing
Nerd
that?
Archive crew. Yeah, we like him.
You're allowing Lola to bring a significant other than you?
Well, actually, he's bonded more with Lewis, so we still have our thing. It's perfect. This was really the intention all along. So
So, I can't wait to talk about it. Now, Chris, when are you going to see it? Because you've
So,
got something
source-
that's ruined your life. For the
Well,
next 18
no,
years.
sore subject. I got the green light to go tomorrow at 8:30, and
Okay.
then with my brother-in-law, my future brother-in-law, my sister's fiance, and
Thank you for 3 different explanations as to who he is.
wow. So, sorry for putting truth over falsehoods, Scott. I am pro-democracy on this podcast. But anyway, so he can't go now. He can't go now.
What?
Yeah, so I was going to go to my first movie by myself tomorrow as well. But then he said, "Hey, do you think we could switch it?" And the reason why he can't go, I can't talk about because it's a huge surprise because someone's getting engaged. So I can't talk about it. So, but he has to go to this after party, right? So, yeah, listen.
Like he's gonna watch them have sex? That's the only significant thing that happens after an engagement.
There's this weird thing now, Scott, with millennials. Not millennials, I'm sorry. Whatever is after the
Careful.
millennials. Gen
Careful.
Zers. Darren, you
Gen
know all
Zers,
about
yeah.
this then. You get engaged,
Yeah,
you have to have
paper
a
straws.
party after. Like directly after the engagement. Like there's a party now. It's weird. It's weird.
How do
this
you
is
coordinate
an
that?
assumption
know.
as yes.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And-
What if
and-
they say no?
You could have
Yeah.
had an
For a
open
second.
evening for first night showing.
Before we go on to this, I had to postpone, and because he loves Deadpool, and he was so excited to go with me. So we're going next Thursday now.
So many
I
spoilers.
muted every single possible Marvel character and word on my Twitter so that I don't see anything. I don't even see when I refresh my page. I see tweets from like 7 years ago because I muted so many words on there. But anyway, yes, you don't only get engaged now. You get engaged, then you have an engagement party, and it's like required. And it's like usually like on the same day as the engagement. So it's all planned. Like you don't plan on just engaging the person, proposing to the person.
Right,
Yeah, it's a
getting
thing.
engaged. Right.
Yeah. You have to now coordinate with all friends of the engagee to do some sort of a party or celebration immediately following.
I have so many questions.
Go
about
ahead,
this.
shoot.
Because typically
Right?
it is the guy proposing to the woman.
Sure.
Typically.
Yep.
Not always, and that's okay, but typically. So that means that the man
Yeah.
who is incapable of planning anything except for a fantasy football draft or a poker night
Yeah.
now has to coordinate a party.
Oh, well, that's why it's taking place at a bar, and it was planned 3 days ago. So, there's your
I
answer.
just they've got to put it in like the fiance's mom's hand. Like, hey, you got to plan this.
Yeah.
No,
So,
the best friend, the fiance's best friend.
Oh, there you go.
So yeah. So now
Chris,
I'm August.
could you
1st.
plan a party?
I just had a party. I just did plan a party.
Could you? Oh, that's right. You had a surprise party.
It was not a surprise party. I could not. I wanted to do a surprise party, but with a 1-month-old, I was not doing any surprises. There was no shot I was
What, was she
throwing
gonna
Emily a
tell?
surprise party. Yeah.
Sarah, could Lewis put together a engagement party immediately following the proposal?
Probably.
We'll be making like
Lewis is
40
gay.
pounds of.
I'm putting faith in him. You see, I hesitated, but probably.
Not gay, Hispanic, which like is basically the same thing. So yeah, they throw parties all the time. So no.
Yeah,
big
he
deal.
would probably end up asking somebody else to assist.
Okay. Why is he? So Lewis is not even watching us right now.
Is he?
No, he's
No, it
playing
looks
like
like he's
Grand
playing-
Theft Auto.
Just about
playing-
to say GTA.
What do you want? Need for Speed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you driving, a Honda Civic?
He is watching us. He's watching us on one screen and has Need for Speed on the other.
Listening to Louis Fonzi.
Souping up your your Subaru over there, Lewis.
I do own a Honda Civic though.
He drives a Honda Civic Sport. What are you driving right now on there?
Evo.
Oh, what? Oh, an Evo. Yeah, he's been looking at them for our entire relationship.
I know he keeps entering all these contests on Instagram. I started entering them for him. Like I put my name in, and then I just put in the notes, not for me, for a friend.
That'll save me like 20 grand if
I'm
you
trying.
win. So
Listen, I'm trying.
Please.
I'm trying my best.
Does Lewis have the neon lights under his car with the spinny rims?
No.
No. Is that
No.
a thing anymore, or is that a '90s thing?
No. You see them more around here on the trucks. Not the spinning wheels,
The neon.
but the neon lights
Does
on
he
the
have
trucks.
the hydraulics?
No,
Do you think
no.
do you think this is Fast and Furious?
What?
Do you think we live in a world with Fast and
No.
Furious?
No, I don't. But I lived in the '90s.
What's the 90s?
Speaking of the '90s, Sarah, I found a documentary that I think you would love. Were you into boy bands at all?
Yeah.
So there's a new Lou Pearlman documentary that's all
On-
about like the Backstreet on the Netflix.
On the Netflix.
On the Netflix.
Yes, yeah, all about the Backstreet Boys. It's more about like his scam, but the whole first episode is like the history of the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC.
Yeah, I used to have my mom went and did a test drive one time on a Dodge Intrepid back in the day, right? And in the back seat, shoved in the cushions, was a Hit Clips. Do you remember those?
Hit clips.
Oh,
Hit
I still
clips.
have mine. I still have
Do
mine.
you? I'm sure
It's
my
like
mom kept it.
45 seconds of a song.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I had the little stereo one.
Oh, yeah.
And the guy that worked there was like, "Hey, you can have it. It's fine." I was probably, I don't know, 7 or 8. And every year for like birthday, Hanukkah, whatever it was, I would get a package of Hit Clips. And I think what's on there right now is Britney Spears, NSYNC, and Backstreet Boys, and some Sugar Ray.
That's what I have.
That's what I listen to.
Yeah. I
do-
rollerblade up and down the street, and I'd have the ear one, and I would listen to Backstreet Boys 30 seconds, and I just have to keep pressing play.
Yep.
I do remember these, but I was a little bit older, and I wouldn't have had these. I had a cell phone that like you had to pay $1.99 for a ringtone.
Oh, yeah.
I just saw something on Facebook
That's
today
tough.
that said, "I can't believe I came from a generation that paid for ringtones, and if
Yeah.
that thing went off today, I would throw it against a wall."
Right,
And I
right.
completely resonate with that.
Yeah. Oh, Hit Clips. That's cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
where'd you say this documentary was?
On the Netflix.
Oh, that's crazy. You know what else is about to be on Netflix?
I do not.
Monday Night Raw. Chris, are you excited for SummerSlam?
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm actually have my wrestling cup. I've been drinking my margarita out of it. I've been
Oh, yeah.
drinking
Sarah, if you want to
through
grab snacks or something.
through mommy.
Yep.
Through mommy.
Yeah. Scott, you're still into wrestling?
No, that was like when Darren moved back in, and like I was like, cool, let's bond. And now he doesn't care about me anymore. So
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
you
really
stopped
want-
watching wrestling with me.
Yeah, it's a
It-
huge.
Do you
which
do you
came
even know,
first?
do you even know that they're coming? Like SmackDown's coming to Orlando? And that I was wanting to go. Yeah, we probably didn't.
Scott, you should go and stream from there.
just paid for
Out-
California.
That would be a good streaming opportunity.
Who paid for California?
California.
Anyway, so I had to take my dog to the vet this week, right? Where I had to take her for a consultation.
Don't they come to your house?
No, that's the
Well,
that's the
yes.
groomers.
No. The vet also comes to the house
Yeah.
because we have the 4 large dogs.
Your
Well,
wife lets your vet do that?
Anyway, so we have to get her fixed. Like she hasn't been fixed. This is Ruby. So we.
Oh, so
bring
you're
her
keeping
in.
you're keeping the dog. It's not a foster dog anymore.
Well, I don't want to.
Or are you like you're fixing it like it's like a fixer upper, like you're flipping the dog, like you're making improvements to make it more marketable so that someone will take it.
Let's change the subject.
Okay.
Let's
So
change the subject.
yes, we're fixing her up for the next owners. So we bring her. I bring her to the vet.
I'm sorry, is
and
that a
first of
turn
all-
off for you when they get fixed?
Take her to the vet, and they put her on the scale, and like she's probably the shortest of the 3 dogs that we have. So I'm thinking, she's gonna weigh like when I was trying to make appointments, they're like, well, we don't take any dogs over 50. And I was like, I think she's like slightly over 50 pounds. So it's probably not gonna work. I'll find something else. So we get her on the scale. Chris, 82 pounds. This dog weighs.
Slightly over 50.
Slightly over 50. So the vet comes in and is like, hey, your dog's in pretty good health, but she is obese. So we're gonna have to like put her on a diet or something. Like, is she getting a lot of treats? And I'm like, I don't know.
I
maybe
usually
like
feed my
two-
guests the treats.
I'm like, I don't know, 2 or 3 treats per day. And so I'm telling Rachel this, and she's like, no, that bitch gets like 10 treats a day. And I'm like, oh my God, like her calorie intake is supposed to be 740 calories per day. These dog treats are 45 calories each. She's getting 10. That's 450 of the 700 calories that she's supposed to intake. Now I'm like, no wonder she's a fat ass. Jesus.
Did the vet say obese or a beast?
Both. They both, because they were trying to find like her pulse, and they're like, geez, this thing's thick. I did not say that's what she said, because that's a sensitive subject for me. So yeah, my dog is obese. We're probably gonna get it. It's a heartbreaking story that I really don't want to talk about.
I mean,
but
it's not
she's
really heartbreaking that your dog's obese.
No, not that.
It's heartbreaking that I'm gonna have to get rid of her.
Oh, you hate that dog. She didn't she?
No, I did. I did hate that dog when she tried to bite off my finger.
And your other dog's fingers, yeah.
Yeah, but now I love this dog.
Ah.
And
Well, it's because it
anyway.
has the same name as like every stripper in Polk County.
I think all of my dogs have stripper names. Linda,
Jack?
I mean, that's like usually the
70s
only
stripper, maybe.
what?
Like a 70s stripper.
Yeah, like a 70s stripper, like full bush and everything. 70s stripper,
Yep.
Linda.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jack,
and-
like if it was a male stripper,
Jack would be yeah, I could see that.
and then Brantley, a male stripper in
Brantley's such a stripper name. That could be
Yeah,
a
in
woman,
That
a
could be
muscular
one.
woman.
yeah, like in a lesbian bar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep. Do they have lesbian bars?
they do have lesbian bars.
Really?
I don't
Like,
know that they
le-
have lesbian
like,
strip
les-
clubs. I think they
that's-
just call them strip clubs.
Yeah, I guess you have a good point there. I guess that's a pretty good point.
Darren, you were going to say something?
No, I was gonna say a lesbian strip club, and then you got the bit. So
Oh, okay.
I'll just go jumping off the building. Alex, got that?
Trigger warning. Mentions of suicide. So, you guys ready to play Jersey Man, Florida Man?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure.
Whether flipping a fan boat or crashing a truck, these states are filled with people who suck. So it's time for us to play New Jersey Man versus Florida Man.
Every week, Game Master Ryan brings us 2 news stories. One is from Jersey, one is from Florida. It is up to us to determine which one is which. Take it away, Ryan.
Just call him Gay Master.
Hey guys, this is Ryan, come to you from the No New Friends newsroom located this week at the airport. Scott and Darren asked me to pick them up after their Disneyland trip, so I'm just waiting for their flight to land. This place is more crowded than Nick's toxicity report. So I guess you and Sarah have ADHD? Well, welcome to the club. We've been trying to have a meeting about what color ribbon to use, but we just keep forgetting to do it. Well, Nick, I know you were recently diagnosed with ADHD, but when did they diagnose you as gay? I'm just playing, Nick. Everybody knew you were gay from the very beginning. And everyone knew when you started getting sexually active because your farts stopped making sounds. I bet you're wondering why Sarah couldn't pick up Scott and Darren. Well, she's in the middle of the move, and they still don't know where they're moving to. If she's not careful, she's going to spend the next 40 years wandering the desert following a guy in sandals. I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. I probably should have passed over it. Chris couldn't help because he's taking care of the baby, also known as playing video games. So, Chris, I'm glad to hear your baby's doing better. And now she's 3 months old. She's laughing. That's funny because this podcast has been going on for a little over 3 years, and still nobody's laughing. Oh, look, there's Scott now. Jesus Christ, Scott, you're wearing a Loungefly and a Spirit jersey through the airport, being guided around by your son? Did the pilot offer to let you see the cockpit? Or did he call you champ or sport? Maybe he offered you a sticker that said co-pilot?
They did.
If you looked more physically handicapped, Sean would probably flirt with you. Scott's still whining about his TikTok streams not doing well. Scott, just do like you did with parenting. Give up and maybe take it back up 20 years later. Scott, if you're here, who's commenting "Hey beautiful" on thirst videos on Instagram? Scott said he had to ride a bus to get to this side of the airport. Last time Scott was on a bus, he had to yell at that loudmouth lady to get in the back. Scott was saying that he maybe saw a murder. Said he heard a bang and a woman screaming. I guess he's just not used to hearing a woman screaming while banging. Well, I better get Scott and Darren home. Scott said it would be nice to be driven around by somebody who actually speaks English. So while I do that, let's get into this week's Florida Man or Jersey Man.
Fuck.
So for our first story, a man drives into a jail. And for our second story, a woman sues after she falls into a dangerous hole.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got driving into a jail and a dangerous hole.
A woman hole, if you will.
Woman hole, if you will.
It is pretty ambitious of Ryan to claim that he can speak English.
I was thinking the same thing. I think that was the irony of the joke.
Yeah.
All right, so Sarah, you know things about holes. What's your guess?
Great segue. Jail, Florida. Hole, Jersey.
Okay, Darren,
I'm gonna say woman hole, Florida, jail, Jersey.
Chris.
Yeah, I'm gonna go jail, Jersey.
I'm gonna go jail, Florida, and woman hole, which I don't even remember what that article was about. Woman hole, the other one. Let's find out the answer. I forget what my guess was.
So our first story is from Florida, where deputies said a man intentionally drove through the front doors of a Florida jail, poured oil on the ground, and dropped several rubber snakes, according to the sheriff's office. Maybe this guy took too much ADHD medication and thought he was Jesus. So that means our second story is from New Jersey, where a woman who says she fell into an open manhole cover in a Wawa parking lot has filed a lawsuit against the company. I bet Nick's fallen into a couple of manholes. Here you go, Scott. Here's a dangerous hole you could climb in and not have to worry about having another Darren happen. And in other news, it looks like Celine Dion is going to be performing at the Olympics this year. Celine hasn't performed in a while because she has stiff person syndrome. Scott's been struggling with soft man syndrome for the last couple of years now. It's really affected his performance. That's it for me this week, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you so much, Ryan.
I'm sure the stiff person syndrome was a really offensive, hilarious joke that I have to look into, and I'll understand it after I look it up on Reddit.
There you go. And please report back.
So, speaking about Reddit,
Yes,
I do
Sarah.
want to. Oh, sorry.
hold on.
Oh, I was
Yes,
just
sir.
gonna tell him that's why she hasn't, because her vocal cords are like not. I guess they're not cooperating.
so
is
very
what I was.
offensive.
She can't. She's like super sick, and
Oh,
she hasn't been performing. So that's why it's a big deal.
I feel so bad.
We
for
love
her.
Celine Dion. If you watch Titanic, anyways, never mind. What were you gonna say?
Is she in the book? So,
She was on the ship.
speaking of
When the
looking things
Titanic
up,
went down, this is how historically accurate Titanic is. When
hear.
the boat was going down, you could hear "My Heart Will Go On" back in 1912.
your heart,
"My Heart Will Go On."
your heart will
is
not
the
go on
song
much longer. Oh, it's a song. Okay.
by
Sorry.
Celine Dion.
Gotcha.
The stiff man syndrome.
Gotcha. So speaking of Reddit, I went down a Reddit rabbit hole on I guess this was Saturday night. So it had been about 5 days since we saw President Joe Biden in public, and within that time, he made a historic announcement saying that he was going to drop out of the race, and he didn't say it. He just tweeted it out, right? Like just tweeted it out with a signature on it. no.
Did he tweet? He doesn't
well,
know how to
that,
use
well,
a
that here
smartphone.
that's the thing. That's the thing, right? So we see that it's like, does he know that he dropped out, right? And then I was like, you know what? Like, this isn't enough chaos. Assassination attempt, president dropping out of race with like what 90 days to
Assassination
go.
staging. Let's call it
So
what it is.
so I'm like, I haven't had enough chaos in my news cycle. Let's go over to the weird side of the internet. So I started looking into conspiracy theories, and there was these
I
people.
forgot. Hold on.
Leave
Oh
Continue.
my god!
Wait.
Oh my gosh!
I meant to come on with a maxi pad on my ear, and I completely forgot.
You meant to come on a. Oh,
And then you meant to start the show with a maxi pad.
Yes.
wrong ear. Disrespectful.
That's the
Still
point.
right here.
Disrespectful. So I went on to Reddit, and there were these people that truly believed that Joe Biden was dead, and that like so I was reading all these conspiracy theories. There were conspiracies saying that he suffered a medical emergency in Las Vegas, and their Metro Police have contacted me and said this, that, the other. I kid you not, I was on no earlier than 2:30 in the morning reading these conspiracy theories, and I had the greatest time when I saw him come out of his whatever it was, limousine or whatever on yesterday, which was
And then when he walked out of the limousine.
Monday or Tuesday.
So the AI video of President Biden.
Yeah, I was like, this has got to be a robot or an animatronic, because I still want to believe, as much as I know the truth and as much as I don't believe conspiracy theories, I'm on the verge of just believing every conspiracy theory I ever read, because I'm realizing that most of them, not all of them, I'm not condoning stagings of mass murders and stuff, but like stuff like this, oh man, it's so much more fun to believe that Joe Biden suffered a medical emergency, passed away, and is now a hologram in the White House. Or is he even in the White House? Are these pre-recorded? Because everything leading up to his address today was like they made it. It was a conspiracy theorist's dream. I mean, what the tweeting out of the letter, right?
The whole last month has been a conspiracy theorist.
And then
dream.
him calling in, like the audio, him calling into to Kamala's headquarters, and then Kamala saying, "Oh, Joe Biden, I know you're still on the a phone call," and like her almost sounding like she said recording. Like everything was just so fun to just follow all these insane people online. I have. I sent you this, Scott. I didn't tell anybody else this. I got so deep into these conspiracy things. Like, where else could I go to read more conspiracies? I made an account on Truth Social, which is Trump's Twitter, and I was not gonna have my name associated with that. So I made Bubba Job an account. So if you go on Truth Social, you can follow at Bubba Job, and it says American Patriot from the Gambia, and I photoshopped the picture of Trump with his fist in the air after the assassination attempt, with Bubba Job's face on one of the Secret Service agents and the Gambian flag flying in the background instead of the American flag. I've had so much fun. It has been so much fun.
Banned.
No, not yet, because I
I don't think
haven't
black people are allowed on Truth
no,
Social.
I haven't truthed anything out yet. They're called truths on there. And it's so funny. It's so funny. You can re-truth people, and
Not read truth.
yeah, it's like you can truth something out or re-truth somebody out. Yeah, I've had the best time on the conspiracy side of the internet.
Are you truth verified yet?
I am not, but I am. I am a subscriber to Infowars now. I'm
Okay.
totally bought in on everything and anything Alex Jones. Alex Jones predicted Joe Biden dropping out to the day, so I believe everything he says now.
Everything that man says is the truth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sarah, how's the move going?
We took a break for the last 2 days because we went out of town, but
Where'd you go?
we went to Savannah.
Okay.
Africa?
So, it felt like it.
Oh, because of the.
The heat. That
Oh.
came out bad. Sorry.
Not all of Africa's hot, Sarah.
Yeah, some parts of North
It's a
Africa.
continent.
The,
not a
I would
not a
assume
country.
that the savannah in
Oh,
Africa
okay.
is hot.
I get that. That's fair.
Yeah. Did you hang out with Remy? Because Remy was there.
Remy was there for his anniversary.
Remy was there, but I don't think he was there the last 2 days. No, we didn't hang out with him though.
Okay. Spoiler
No.
alert, the answer is no. So what'd you do in Savannah? Did you do the Savannah tour and go see the Forrest Gump bench?
No, we've done that all before. We did we just
Ghost
wandered
tours?
around. We did a ghost tour
Oh.
good.
last night. Yeah, that was traumatizing for the kids.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, really?
yeah, no, actually we went because they wanted to go. This was all them. They love that stuff. And let me tell you, we did this ghost tour. You're on the trolley. You get out at one point. You get to go into one of these beautiful historic homes that's supposedly very haunted. It was beautiful. Get back on the trolley, drive around a little bit more, and then you end your ghost tour in this chandlery is what it's called, and chandlery. It's like in the
Is that like a kinda
1700s they
racist
used
museum
it.
for Matthew
They
Perry?
used
Chandlers?
that's awful. they use it
It's like Whirlpool.
as like a general store in the 1700s. It's awful.
Sarah's gonna walk out on this again.
How do I get on from that?
Thought I was muted.
Alex, get that?
Continue, Sarah. Don't mind us. We're children.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. No, we ended up going in there. They showed us a few things. It was cool, and then they shuffle us all into this room, and they do that funnel effect, like we get at all the rides at Disney. So we decided to hang back. So of course we get these spots in the very back corner where we're sitting down, and all of a sudden, when I booked this tour,
The
it
tour guide's
said,
like, that's where all the blacks used to sit.
it's awful.
I don't
When
think
I
I
booked
said
this
that.
tour,
The tour guide said that, not me.
You just did.
Scott was there too. When I booked this tour, it said that you were gonna experience things that were like that used all of your senses, right? You're gonna smell things, see things, feel things, whatever. So I thought to
so an
myself,
orgasm.
this is yeah, well, didn't.
How would you
feel
know what
like
an
that.
orgasm feels like?
Oh, okay, Darren, at one point in my life, I had to have had at least 3.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Okay, continue, Sarah. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I don't even remember where I was at. When I booked this tour, it said that you were going to use all your senses, right? So I thought to myself, it's a ghost tour. So they're telling you might. What am I missing? Oh my gosh.
If you want to know what you're missing, I guess join our group text. Alex, you're gonna have to like cut this because we're laughing at something that nobody else is seeing.
You want to explain it?
No.
It's a nude.
No.
Did we lose Sarah again?
Nick just sent us a
Oh,
nude.
there she is. Okay, she's back.
No, I'm here.
Just for sanity.
Still here somehow.
All right, so you forgot where you were because of the weed, but you were in the back of the
Oh
room.
yeah, that was the weed this time. Okay.
You were in the back of the
Definitely
room
not.
on this tour.
So we were supposed to be. It said when I booked the tour, you're going to be using all your senses, right? So I thought to
that's
myself,
right,
all right, it's because you're on a ghost tour, so you might feel something, see something, whatever. No, they bring you into this room and it's a freaking show, and we didn't know it. We're sitting in the room and the tour guide starts hearing a cat outside, and she was so good. I was convinced. She was like, "What is that?" And somebody's pointing like, I think it's a cat outside. She's like, okay, well, give me a second then. I guess. I'm so sorry. And she walked outside. Door slams, lights come, they turn off. The thunder starts all around you. I'm like, what is going on? That's it. We're all the way in the back. All of a sudden, windows start opening and shutting, and there's stuff going on everywhere, and the girls start crying. Jordan fell off the bench we were sitting on. It was a whole thing. They gave us paper fans before we got on the bus or on the trolley, and at the end of this little presentation, we get out and Jordan looks at me and she goes, I had to cover my ears, so I was chewing on my fan, and it's just chewed all the way around the edge. So she said, I really hope I don't end up having.
The fucking cat got her.
Oh, am I back? Everything froze.
Okay, yeah. She really hopes what?
She was hoping that she didn't have nightmares all night.
Oh my gosh.
And
All that
so
because of a
thank
cat?
God it started with a cat, guys. That was it. Everything
Most
was
things
fine.
start with a pussy.
We were driving around. Well, you know, you got to have it. That's why. I hear no complaints behind me. Where's the thumbs up? Thank you. Slacking over here. Everything ended up fine once we had an iPad in our hand. No, of course not. Just need support. That's all. When he starts doing something, you know, you got to keep up with the whole thing.
Right.
But everything was fine. We had 2 kids that slept very soundly because they had to walk all day and in the heat. So, but yeah, it was an experience for sure. So I
When's
had
their
one
first therapy
kid.
session?
I don't think we're going to need one because this morning at breakfast, Sophia was on her phone looking at the videos that she took in the house. And she's like, I think I caught a ghost. Look, right here. She said there were orbs. She said they were going to be this color and this kind of the whole thing. And she's like, I got them. I'm like, okay, we're good. She's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a great time though. Only took 3 hours to drive there, Remy. Just want to follow up that last week it was going to take 5 hours. So
3 hours. Well, the Honda Civic moves a lot faster than whatever.
I was driving too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, you kind of have to follow the rules of the road in Georgia. So I booked it through Florida. And then once I got to Georgia, I had to like not break the
Yeah.
speed limit.
Why is that?
You had a brown person in the car. Absolutely slow down.
Ah,
Well, we
takes off the headphones.
Well, did we lose her? Oh, no, she's back.
nope.
Well, I've missed you guys over the last couple weeks at the parks. We were riding Expedition Everest today, and so you know when you go down that big drop, someone in the front row lost their hat, and I was 5 inches away from catching it. Like that could have been my moment where you know I saved the day. I caught some little girl's hat.
Yeah.
But I missed it.
He said 5 inches, but
Oh.
in behind closed doors, Scott says I was my double penis away from getting the hat.
Do we have anything
Because his
else
penis
before we
is
get-
2.5 inches.
Thank you for the math lesson. I appreciate that. Do we have anything else before we go on to Cliff Notes?
I miss Travels and Tribulations.
Can you do a Travels and Tribulations off the dome, Darren?
He'll do it for 1 week and then he'll lose interest and not do it anymore.
Yeah, I guess he's not that good at it. I guess
Well,
I guess I see the point you're making.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten an Abby's word of the week in
I miss those.
me too.
You want to do a mailbag? Somebody in the audience asks some questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's try it out.
We have some audience calls.
Yeah,
Wait,
not calls.
Are we
please don't
gonna?
call. But do you want to open up the lines? Are we opening up the lines?
I don't want to.
I don't wanna either.
It messed things
I
up
didn't
last
want- I
time.
didn't
We
want
gotta
you
figure
to.
out the
I just wanted you to say
other
no.
way to do it. Yeah.
I just want to get Remy's hopes up and then tear them down.
Oh, Chris, you had a visitor this week.
I did.
How'd that go? Tell us all about it.
They're really not that fun of a story, but I'll make up some lies. Let's see. So Dane and his wonderful, wonderful girlfriend came over. I could not say I don't know what I feel like Joe Biden. I feel like
Yeah, no,
I'm reading off a teleprompter and it just like stopped. I just wanted to
We've
say
been
how
medicating.
great. Yeah, I just wanted to say how great Dane's girlfriend is.
Well, yeah, you texted all of us, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I met Dane's girlfriend. She was amazing.
Oh, she was great.
So super cool."
Yeah, because like, look, me and Emily are 29 and 30 years old. We go over someone's house. We bring nothing but ourselves, right? We don't know how to, we don't know how to.
Behave, Jesus.
We don't know. No. So
Then you
she
leave your
comes.
Yeah,
towels
you're from
everywhere.
Jersey.
She
so-
comes. She baked us cookies. She gave us this huge. It wasn't more than a gallon. It was like 2 gallons of this homemade tea that she plucked fresh mint from her garden and boiled it down. And yeah, that's still in my fridge. Delicious. I was drinking it the whole time. Woke up 3 days later. No, anyway, so this really nice homemade tea, baked cookies, which were delicious, and bought us whoopie pies, which are a delicacy in the area that they're from. And
There's a delicate. It's Pennsylvania.
yeah, well, it's made by the Amish. Anything made by the Amish is kissed
is
by
it
God or a
delicacy?
delicacy. Yeah, yeah. So they came over super early. So Dane said he'd be
I come super early.
Dane said he'd be at my house at 3, and they came around 11 a.m. Right? So there was
And they
so,
visited your house at 11.
so like listen, we had a long night with the baby. Emily was out. She had to run out to get stuff at the grocery store. So I needed a shower. So I'll put a picture in the chat right now of Dane
So,
and his girlfriend.
When
and
Chris pulls the shower curtain back, there's Dane in his hat and in his suit.
So I was like, guys, I don't know how to tell you this, but like I need to shower. Like it's been a few days. And wasn't expecting you guys. I just sent a picture in the chat. This was the picture I took before I left Dane and his girlfriend alone with my child while I went and got a shower. And I was nice about it. I usually take a very, very long shower. It was a 45-minute long shower. I cut it shorter than the usual hour shower. So I did, I went to the bathroom in peace. I did my crossword puzzle on my New York Times app, right?
Didn't put out
Oh,
a
yeah.
short like I asked.
No, I did not. I was under pressure. So if I had 15 extra minutes, I would have. So I left them alone with the baby.
This is the day that Biden drops out of the race.
Yeah,
And I immediately text Chris. I'm like, I need 5 shorts from you in the next 10 minutes.
It was, yeah.
And he's like, can't do. Dane's on his way. I'm like, he'll understand.
Yeah. So I trust that. So I met
We
Dane.
don't get very many opportunities to capitalize on history, Chris.
Dane is no older than 16 years old. His girlfriend, I think, is a
He's
little
17
I think
now.
he's at least 17. His girlfriend's a little younger. And I was like, listen, I met this guy for 2 hours before in person. I've talked with this man online for quite some time now. I was like, yeah, you look fit to hold my baby. If a guy who can't remember that he's introducing the president of Ukraine and accidentally introduces him as the president of Russia is running our country, you can hold my baby, right? You could take
In
care of
all
my baby.
fairness, the very first time I meet you and your wife,
We stayed at your house.
you stayed at my house.
We stayed at your house.
Yeah.
So it was feeding time. So I did heat up some formula. Okay, that's a little.
It was feeding time for you or for the baby?
For the both, actually. I ate in the shower. The baby ate in the arms of sweet Dane. So I mixed up the formula and I said to Dane, I said, my microwave's in the kitchen. Put it on for 45 seconds. Squirt it on your arm. Make sure that it's warm enough and feed it to the baby.
and then put the baby bottle on your arm.
So I went up, got the shower. Emily was still not home. 45 minutes go by. I come back down. They're gone. I have no idea where they went. Dane, if you're watching this, please call me. I'm just kidding. He's locked in my basement. I wasn't letting him leave. No, I come down and the baby's fine. Listen, Dane is a great caretaker, and his girlfriend even better. They are the most wonderful people. They are the most beautiful Amish couple I've ever seen in my life. They have indoctrinated my daughter in the life of the Amish. I came down. My daughter was in this sweet little bonnet. They were teaching her how to churn butter. They were
She's finally getting her Amish roots.
they turned off all the they unplugged all the electric devices. In fact, he doesn't even. I told him to microwave the thing. He doesn't even use a microwave, so he just rubbed it in between his in between his hands, like he was making a fire to heat up the formula because they don't use electricity. And it was the sweetest thing. And I needless to say, I was gonna make my sister and her fiance the godparents of my daughter. It's gonna be dated his girlfriend now.
Good move.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust anybody else more with the life of my child than Dane and his girlfriend. We had a great time. He's still here,
That's
actually. I asked him to move in. Was there a weapon involved? Maybe. I don't know. But they said yes. They've been here ever since.
So is this like a sub basement of like my dad's basement?
They
Because
connect.
that's where you are. Oh, they connect. Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful time, great time. We did play Jackbox,
Oh,
and then we
nice.
also played that Jackbox Party 8. It's a game on the computer.
There's 8 now.
There's 10. There's 10. Yeah,
I
we
think
played
there's
the
like
one.
12.
We played the one that was that originated like 300 or 400 years ago in the Amish community.
Chris, you got any cliff notes?
I do. I asked Dane to come at 3. He came at 3:02. By the way,
And then he arrived at 3.
he was very concise. He was very on time. Just kidding. I don't have that many, but I do have a few. But I'll play the intro for everybody watching at home.
It's been quite the show. A lot of stuff's happened, so nothing can stop this little boy from recapping the day the Chris's Cliffs Notes way.
Oh, I almost hit the outro. I almost ended the episode on accident. Can you believe that? My first time podcasting.
Screen. You're good now.
Start off the weekend. Joe Biden, President of the United States, dropped out of the presidential race. Took a while, but still dropped sooner than Scott's second testicle. So it was pretty impressive. At the beginning of the episode, Scott said that Twisters is the #1 disaster movie of all time. I don't know. I thought Schindler's List was a little better.
Not in the quality and the money that it made.
Disaster movie.
Okay.
Scott said he predicted his dog's weight, and spoiler alert, not even close. Kind of suspected you weren't good at guessing weight when you told me you were around 180. Sarah said that her ghost tour was traumatizing for her daughters. See, now ghosts don't scare me because just like the notion that Joe Biden is running the government, don't really believe in it. Don't really believe in any of that hoopla.
Hoopla!
And lastly, so Scott asked if Lewis has lights under his car. Now, that's actually illegal in Florida to have lights under your car. Didn't know if you knew that. Yeah, it's actually illegal. You know what's not illegal to have under your car in Florida? Protesters. Fun fact. It's totally legal to run over protesters in Florida. Those are my cliff notes.
Oh.
You know what's funny? I think the best jokes are the jokes that don't even have a the punchline is just the truth. Like I literally just stated 2 facts, and it's so funny that it's actually true. None of anything that I just said is not real. That is all real.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything exciting coming up on the upcoming week? Darren, if you want to go to a protest, I'll drive you there. Sarah, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on the Instagram at Old Soul Thrift or on the TikTok at Super Sarah 94.
Darren?
I guess under Scott's car. Darren_buffet on Instagram will bring you my link tree.
And Chris?
You can find me on Instagram at Chris Yob or on TikTok at Chris Yob. N as in no, N as in new, F as in friends. And an F.
And you can.
I wasn't done, but you can go now.
Sorry,
That's
continue.
okay. Oh no, I'm done now.
Okay. And you can connect with us on all of our social media links, all of our web.
What are you reciting the address to the nation from earlier?
Yes, and we beat Medicaid. You can connect with all of us. All of our social media links are right there on our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. While you're there, check out our really sweet merchandise, join our clubhouse, become a friend with benefits for as low as $2 a month, and you can win all sorts of cool prizes, get cutting room floor. I usually release the episode early for our $5 and up Patreon members. Also, if you listen to us on Spotify, Apple, or anywhere where you can leave a review and rating, please leave us a 5-star rating and a review. It really helps us out. We really appreciate it. Also, we're on YouTube every single Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch us record these things live. It's raw. It's unedited. Nothing's left out. Even the stuff that Alex really has to cut, you get to see it. On behalf of Game Master Ryan, our producer Alex, Darren, Nick, Sarah, Chris, I'm Scott. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Sarah, you got anything? You never end the show.
No, I don't. I could say it.
Say it.
Bye bye, bitches.
That was
It's not as
hot.
good as Nick's, though.
You got to keep that in.
I'm gonna keep.
That's
all
what she
of
said.
that.
Dane, hope you like the story that happened at my house with you guys. So I had to spice the story up a little bit. True story, because on DizHiz they asked what we did in the week of Disney. Totally forgot that. I'm thinking like, what did I do in Disney this week? Fucking hung out with Dane from Big Beautiful Diz.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I have to save it for next week now. I have to save it for next week. It's okay because we had a guest. It was really funny. So we're still learning how to do everything. And we start off the show with, what did you do this week in Disney? Well, we had a guest on, like a pretty popular guest, too. He's like 60,000 followers on Instagram. He does a podcast with Tim Tracker, right? So, like, he's a big deal. And we didn't introduce him for, like, the first 15 minutes of the show.
I am so disappointed. Like, I'm actually angry right now.
It's so awkward. Because, like, you want to talk. Like, we're all bantering back and forth about what we did. And he just got it, like... So I had to make a joke about it. So on the episode, I was talking about how much my daughter loves the Muppet Show theme song. The Muppet Show theme song is 58 seconds long on Apple Music. So I said that I measure things now in Muppets theme songs. Her bath was 12 Muppet theme songs long, right? The drive to the mall was 7 Muppet theme songs long. So I was like, hey guys, it's been about 15 Muppets theme songs. We haven't even introduced our guest yet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You know, Real Laughs did that one time with a guest. And this is like kind of a, you know.
Yeah, they just didn't want you to talk.
No, not with me. Not with me, with like a B-list comedian celebrity. And I'm like, oh my God, guys, enough with the banner. Let's introduce the guests. Like they're only here for 14 minutes.
right.
What are we? Oh my God. I'm like, okay, don't ever do that again, please.
Yeah, I haven't talked to anybody about it yet, but I figured I'd
even-
Well, they
talk
all
about
know
it
now.
Even if you save that banter till the end after the guest is not there and then just edit it.
Yeah, pretty fun. It was really funny though. It was really funny.
I don't find it funny at all. It's like something Remy would do.
If we don't laugh, we cry. Remy, I think you're
I'm
Remy.
crying.
You would never do that, Remy.
I'm crying. It's only the 4 of us watching. So anybody watching, I think we're going to be doing Creators United
Oh
tonight.
fuck yeah!
You
gonna
Creators
go-
United tonight?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go upstairs, get naked, and watch.
perfect. I love that. So
Yeah.
YouTube, thank you guys so much for
Yeah.
watching.
Thank you
the 5
guys.
of you that
Love
stuck
you guys.
around.
Yeah, I'm not watching.
Really
am I
appreciate
watching?
that.
No, I'm not.
I'm watching. So it's like me.
Yeah,
Me.
it's me, you. I'm watching on 2 different devices.
Well, I think. Never mind.
Lewis
I'll tell
is
you-
watching.
I'll tell you later. Well, then it's not accurate because there's another.
All right, love you guys. I'm gonna hit the outro button.